very beautiful and capable horses. Although I cannot be certain of the identities of these men, ladies and gentlemen, I shall endeavor to tell you who was involved in this robbery. The three men that you saw entering the bank are probably Cole Younger, Frank James, and George Shepard. The man with the horses is probably Jim Younger. The man standing at the door just may be Jesse James himself. Inside the bank, Younger, James, and Shepard are confronting Nimrod Long. Mr. Long, Younger is saying, can you oblige me by changing this $50 bill? Long feels the texture of the bill and replies, this bill looks to be counterfeit, Mr. Younger. At this point, Cole Younger draws his Colt pistol and puts the muzzle to Nimrod Long's head and demands that he surrender. Instead, Nimrod Long leaps for the door directly behind, which leads to the rear of the bank. So astonished is Younger that he does not fire. In Missouri, a man does not move when menaced by a cocked six-shooter. Someone's been shot. Long, coming out of the bank, has been slightly wounded and struggling with Jesse James, who finally pistol whips him and falls to the ground. James turns to gather the loot. With his accomplices, they're inside cleaning out the cash drawers. They're being cleaned of $9,000 from the safe and an additional $5,000 in gold and silver coins and stuffed into the Missouri wheat sack. Come on. Outlaws had already planned their escape. They made for the Gallatin Road on their handsome and capable horses. Everybody there trying to get a posse formed. Everybody coming together, they need posse. They need a posse trying to get on the road.
We need to build a posse and go after them. Your money, we gotta get this money back.
Hey,
Nimrod Long suffered only minor head wounds. Where the James gang headed after their escape with the $14,000 in cash is not known. It is speculated that they headed for Nelson County, where George Shepard owned the farm. George Shepard was arrested soon in Chaplin, Tennessee, and brought back to Russellville for trial. He was sentenced to 3 years in the state penitentiary. Jim Younger eventually died of tuberculosis while serving a prison term. Cole Younger served 20 years in prison, and after his release, he performed a Wild West touring show. Frank James surrendered to Governor Crittenden of Missouri in 1882. After 3 years of trial, Frank James was pardoned of all crimes which he had been accused. Jesse James' death is perhaps the most well-known of any outlaw in history. Robert Ford, a man accepted as a friend and fellow criminal of Jesse James, shot him in the head, in the back of the head, while he was unarmed. He shot him on April 3rd, 1882. Ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for attending the reenactment of the Jesse James.
I don't know if he gets on.